Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. And today is actually a very difficult day to be a cryptocurrency holder because, pretty much literally anything that you were holding in the market, you're sustaining a lot of losses across the board. You can even see here the World Liberty Finance, which is backed by Donald Trump, the president of the United States. You would think that they have the best advisors and they can, give them the specific right moves and stuff like that. They are sustaining up to $110 million in losses of their $336 million that they had made. So that's a third that is actually gone. And this information is coming from Akam. So yeah, it's just generally the current moment we are in markets right now, very difficult to navigate. But we're going to be taking a look at different charts, including the stock market, the Bitcoin price, the Ethereum price. That will also take a look at some favorite altcoins that I know that a lot of you guys subscribe to the channel like to know. Let's start with the news, which we have a mixed bag, to be honest with you. Some very positive and yet some very much negative right there. You can see here the Trump backed World Liberty Finance is losing 30% of their investment. Then we also have got fantastic news here that is coming from Mocha Guru that Spain's second largest bank, which is BBVA, has received approval to offer Bitcoin and Ethereum trading, which is massive, really. Talk about crypto adoption. This is exactly the kind of thing that you want to see. Now, the thing is, right at this point, as we are speaking, there probably isn't much demand. So in as much as this is fantastic news, this is not, resonating with a lot of people at this point. Then we're also saying here that, of course, with the strategic Bitcoin or strategic crypto reserve that was announced on Friday, there are other agencies of the United States government that are going to be trying to acquire Bitcoin that will be part of that reserve. It's being reported that the White House Digital Asset Director is confirming that both the United States Commerce and Treasury departments are going to be committed to buying Ethereum for strategic reserve. So that's something that is positive. Obviously, it means that more demand. With this, we have already covered. Then the crypto czar David Sachs is also saying that he is very much against every transaction should be a taxable event for the United States users. That's something that is very massive because at least this is less pressure on the investor here to be scared. Okay, is this transaction going to be taxable? What? This is very good. And right at this point, this is not law or anything like that, but at least this is somebody who is in the ears of the president. So this is something that can actually resolve into something great. CoinShares is seeing a lot of outflows. This is very much negative. Then of course we had news from Canada yesterday. There is a new prime minister there, and I think that he made a bad start. I don't know, maybe there's some Canadians right here who disagree with me totally, but I thought that since he's the guy, he's coming newly to this position, I thought he was going to be someone who is going to start on a fresh page. But just to continue the same things that Justin Trudeau has been saying relating to the tariffs war, I think we may actually not see an end to these tariffs in the immediate short term. So with that also is going to be suppressing the Bitcoin price, the stock market, and pretty much every financial investment. Now, with that all being said, let's jump right into the Bitcoin price. Before I do that, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video just by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and people looking for Bitcoin and altcoin updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. So what we have here with Bitcoin right out of the gates is a distribution structure, and that has broken support, as we can see right there. It appears to me that this thing went for a retest and got massively rejected here. So we haven't, of course, set a new low compared to $78,000 that we were setting about 2 weeks ago, I would say. Now, the thing that we want to see here is that if this thing is going to turn bullish at some point, we have to start reclaiming something like $92,000 here for Bitcoin. Other than that, I think that the main support here is going to be coming in right around $74,000 here for Bitcoin. But that means also something very bad for the cryptocurrency market in general. However, I think that if we want to be looking at immediate short terms and stuff like that, if we take a look at the Bitcoin CME gap, you can see that we have a gap that we didn't fill here. Last week on Friday, we closed the candle right around $86,000. So there is a massive gap right there. So I think, just following what history has done, 99% of the time we happen to fill these gaps. It usually happens the week that follows after the gap has been established. So we are saying that at some point this week we can see Bitcoin go to something like $86,000. I think that there is a very high chance of that. From where the Bitcoin price is right now, this is somewhere around a 5%. So that also means something big for altcoins, because if Bitcoin can bounce something like 5% here, I think we can be expecting maybe 10% bounces from different number of altcoins, which we'll talk about in a few seconds here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Ethereum chart, in which we're seeing that, out of all the charts that I've seen in crypto, this is the chart that seems to be holding the strongest. But I still have my high price targets like these ones here, but we need to hold the support level. This is probably the last line in the sand for a lot of these other cryptocurrencies, because if Ethereum is cooked, then probably pretty much everything else is gone right at that point. Let's get into some other altcoins that you want to take a look at. Let's start here with Telcoin. I know that a lot of people are subscribed to the channel because of Telcoin. So yeah, what I was doing here, I was posting this on X saying that there is a decision that has to be made. Either we're going to be pumping 80% up or we're going to be dropping 35% down. It seems like we didn't break towards the upside here. I did not trade this one. So congratulations to anybody who was trading the break of this support here, because that was a very good move towards the downside. I don't think that it's done very much. And remember, I was just talking about the Bitcoin price running towards $86,000 within this week. I think we could also be seeing something like this here for altcoins. Back test the previous, support, now turning it to a possible resistance, then of course come back here to test the flow of the range. As you can see right there, this is something that has always held its support right there. So I mean, this will probably be the next step here for me. This is something that I see as likely, and I'm going to be lining up my trades just according to. We have actually been closing some nice trades like this Aptos trade, which we closed yesterday, the Jasmy trade right there. We can also see maybe the Pi trade and something like that. I mean, obviously not every trade is a win, but we are trying to capitalize on the volatility and taking it towards our advantage. So yeah, more trades are going to be coming, and you can feel free to join the private group via Patreon. The link is going to be somewhere there in the description. So that's it with Telcoin. I expect it to push a little bit up, maybe to something like 0.0072 thereabout, and then of course I expect it to continue towards the main support level here, which is right around 0.046 thereabout. So we'll see how we can be trading that. If we break above that level there, obviously we have to change the strategy. We have to do what the market is actually telling us at that point. But for now, I'm looking at that CME gap, and I'm saying that probably this is the thing that carries much more importance than anything else for this moment. Let's also take a look at the Jasmy price that we are seeing that we have had this support level here for over a year. This is February 2024, and it has provided massive bounces here for the Jasmy price at 1.2. Even this one, we can say that this was a nice bounce. But as we are speaking right now, we have lost that support level. We closed number one, the daily candle below the support level, and most importantly, the weekly candle was also closed below that level. So yeah, you know the deal, right? When you break a massive support level like this, the acceleration towards the downside can be very much fast. And what I'm looking for here are short positions on the Jasmy price, but I'm not just gonna be randomly shorting the price. I have to analyze and see where the rest of the market is, especially that CME gap here on Bitcoin is something that I'm actually treating with very strong importance, because if I'm going to be shorting this thing, I want to see a very clear back test, right, and confirmation actually that we are going to be going even lower for the Jasmy price. So what I'm looking forward to here is maybe something like, of course we've already broken, maybe come back to this level one more time and see if we can set a new low here compared to 1.3 cents here for Jasmy. Then of course I'm gonna be looking for even way lower price targets. Remember back in the day when Jasmy broke out of this double bottom, it never back tested this whole thing. So yeah, that is one area that I have as an idea to say that how worse can it actually get, and that's around maybe a 30% drop or 40% drop, whatever the case may be for Jasmy there. But I would say right at this point, yeah, we haven't had the back test yet, and we also haven't set a lower low on the daily at least. So yeah, these are just still plans at this point. And I mean, pertaining to exact trade strategies, I'm gonna be sharing that in the Discord group. So again, for Jasmy to turn bullish, we need to see it break above maybe something like 1.6 1.7 cents thereabout. Yeah, if we can back test this and still manage to push up here, then this is something that is great. But for now, we are still below support levels, and I think the most natural thing to do here is above a support level, you're bullish. Below a support level, you are bearish. It's not always clear cut like this, but yeah, there are some things that we're going to be following on a daily basis, and I'll try all my best to communicate this message. So if you want to be seeing more of those updates, please delicately tap that like button, share the video with your friends and family. Let's make noise for the algorithm. But let's move on to XCN, which a lot of people are very much interested in as well. And with XCN, what we have seen that ever since it broke below the EMA ribbons here, things have always looked very much bleak in my humble opinion. And yeah, there was a scenario in which we could see it push up, but it was just very much rejected strongly. But I was looking at the daily time from here, and I was saying, okay, look, we had already set some kind of a low here and we broke it, so it means that further down is more likely than not. I mean, I really hate to say something like that here, but this is something that I'm believing with all my heart that, yeah, we are below support levels here. And in fact, it actually appears as if, yeah, look here, you have broken that support level for this scenario that I was talking here with Jasmy to say that, okay, look, this support has been broken. You're back testing this whole thing. So are you looking to push towards the downside here? It seems like it's the most likely thing to happen because that's what the trend has always been. Once again, these things are not always as clear cut as this, but for now, this is the general trend that we are seeing that, you know what, more likely than not, yes, we are going down. Yeah, some person may be feeling that, you know what, we've been going down for, 76%, 78%, but there is no bounce in sight. Yeah. It can also be just as brutal as that. We need, to see at least the EMA bonds on the 4-hourly time from here get flipped, just so that you have a little bit of momentum towards the upside, maybe a retrace or something like that. But with the way things are looking in the market, it's not only the crypto market, by the way, it's general markets, right? The stock market is not looking too good either, as you can see right there. But as time progresses, things are going to get so much better because we're going to have, the tariffs issue resolved and a whole bunch of other different things. Inflation will be under control. Yeah, so better days will come for sure. But for now, it appears that, we just through that rough moments and these things, come and go. So yes, still good. If you want to be a hodler, that is also something that has helped me over the years, and it's also a strategy, but it's painful. Long term, you're just going to be fine. But for now, things are not looking too good. So Onyxcoin, I'm not trading that much because it's very notorious in terms of like short squeezing and the whole, it's very complicated, too volatile. So that's not a cup of tea for me. But let's go here to XRP, which is one of the biggest cryptocurrencies and biggest communities out there. So with XRP, we have actually been trading in a range for quite some time. Now the ranges are wide, as you can see here. From top to bottom, you're looking at a minus 43%. From bottom to up, you're looking at 65% towards the upside. So yeah, it's still pretty much trading in its ranges here, but we haven't reached the exact bottom yet. You can see here the exact bottom lies right around, I would say the minimum is 1.9 cents. I mean, $1.90, I should be saying. So we'll see what happens when we get there. If we break this, that's not looking too good for XRP, which is something like $1.90. Yeah, not looking too good because we pretty much have thin air here. Because remember, the move that we had towards the upside was very much happening in a very short space of time. So going down also just takes as a shorter time like that. So yeah, XRP is still trading in a range. We need to see what XRP does along with Ethereum. These are the two that are holding stronger than a lot of altcoins right now. If they start also bouncing, just like Bitcoin, trying to cover that $86,000 in terms of the gap that we're talking about, the CME gap here, that will be good for the rest of the market. So yeah, the other thing that I wanted to talk about here maybe was ICP, Internet Computer Protocol, which again, just like anything else in the market, is breaking its support levels. We have broken the support levels that we had in July 2024. And that's not looking too good, right? However, this is not moving because of, specific decisions that are being made in the ICP community or anything like that. But it's just being tethered to what the rest of the market is doing. So I believe that it's going to look up to what the rest of the market does, which at this point is not looking very good. But Ethereum is also one lifeline that can save pretty much everything here. So remember that. And I don't have strong opinions right now for ICP, Internet Computer Protocol, because it's not as clear cut as the West. I mean, for something like Jasmy, you can easily see that, okay, look, this was your horizontal support, and the next one is right here. That's a very different situation with ICP, Internet Computer Protocol, because yeah, any zone can come and become a support level here. So yeah, I think it's just going to be tethered to what the rest of the market is doing. Whatever chart you can understand, which is major, I think it's also going to be reflected very much here on the ICP, Internet Computer Price chart. So thank you so much for watching the video. I want to hear from you. Did you like this kind of format where we just talk about everything and see exactly where opportunities are and also where everything is likely going to be headed? Just give me feedback according to that. And you know what, once again, thank you so much. See you on the next one. Take really, really good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.